Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, 8th standard ICSE history first lesson, the beginning of the modern world. So regarding that Renaissance, right? So in previous video, I explained about that periodization of history, what about the sources of history, so what about the Renaissance, so causes to rise of Renaissance. So this all topic I explained clearly and in very simple language. I hope that video will beneficial for your exam preparation for your exams and all. So I already uploaded that video in my channel. Please visit my channel and watch the video, and in this video I am going to discuss about that Renaissance, correct? So one by one we can discuss about it. So features and impact of Renaissance. First one mentioned about humanism, right? So humanism is one of the very important feature of Renaissance. Then what about the concept of humanism? See, humanism means it focused on the importance of human life, talents and achievements. See, humanism means giving preference or importance to the man rather than God. So that concept we called it as humanism. So humanism has become one of the very important feature of Renaissance. So before the growth of Renaissance, that people totally believed in God. So they didn't give any preference for the human beings and human life, human talents, human achievements and all. That's why after this growth of Renaissance, it has completely focused on the human life, talent and achievements. So different people has different talents and all. No? They started to recognize the talents of the humans. So this concept we called it as humanism. People believed that every individual had right to develop the ability and seek happiness. So this is also another one of the very important concept, correct? People started to believe in the part of the individual talents, individual rights, individual achievements in the society. So totally preference has given to the man rather than the God. So this is one of the very important feature of Renaissance. So next feature is rationalism. So what about rationalism? Say rationalism means nothing, spirit of thinking. So spirit of thinking means, say, people began to rely on logic and reason instead of blind faith. So earlier, before the introduction of the Renaissance, completely people were believed in the part of some of the blind beliefs. People were too orthodox and all. There were no critical thinking. Simply they are going to believe something. If some of the authorities said something, means they were believing that blindly without asking that questions, without questioning about the order of the authorities or rules and regulation imposed by the higher authorities and all. So this Renaissance had motivated or promote the people or person to critical thinking or challenge the old ideas and encourage the intellectual growth. So it completely contributed the intellectual growth. So next one, spirit of inquiry. So what about that spirit of inquiry? See, questioning. Started to question. Renaissance thinkers questioning the traditional beliefs, encourage the observation, reasoning and exploration. See, spirit of inquiry means start to inquire everything, start to question everything regarding the traditional beliefs and encourage the observation. See, in nature, in the environment and all, in our day-to-day life, we are having a lot of different aspects and different things. So we should observe that, we should find something in that, we should explore something new. So these kind of the belief, these kind of the concept has introduced, created under the part of Renaissance. So that spirit only we called it as spirit of inquiry. So this spirit of inquiry, it led to the scientific discoveries and also the age of discovery. So based on this thinking, based on the questioning, based on the encouragement for the observation, see, some of the different discoveries and also some of the scientific innovations started to lead in the modern society. So this we called it as spirit of inquiry, another one of the important feature of Renaissance. So till here we discussed about two main feature of Renaissance. One is rationalism, means spirit of thinking, and another one is humanism, means importance given to man rather than God, and another one is we discussed about spirit of inquiry. So next we are going to discuss about Renaissance in different aspects. So how the Renaissance contributed to the development of different aspects and different things. So first one I mentioned about paintings, Renaissance paintings. So here artists moved beyond the purely religious themes and celebrated human beauty, emotions, and nature. See, what about the concept of Renaissance paintings? Earlier we observed that before the concept, especially in the time of ancient period, in the time of medieval period and all, so paintings, artist has given preference to draw the scene of some of the goddesses and all, some of the stories of epics, so matters of epics, battle scenes. So these kind of the paintings we observe. So completely they were neglected the beauty of human. That's why after the concept of Renaissance, what about the contribution of Renaissance painting means completely they started to celebrate the beauty of human, means human painting has developed in the time of Renaissance, and also human emotions, even the picture of nature. So this all has got the preference in the time of Renaissance. That's why Renaissance painting is one of the different kind of paintings comparing to the medieval period and also the ancient period. So Leonardo da Vinci, he was one of the very great artist in the part of the Renaissance. He was the painter, even the scientist, even he was the engineer also. What about his famous work means Mona Lisa and the Last Supper? So these two are called it as one of the very important work of Leonardo da Vinci. So here also he has given preference to the human emotions, human paintings and all. And also he represented the ideal Renaissance man. See, this is also one of the important thing. Totally human concept and giving importance to the human being or man has highlighted under the part of Renaissance painting. So next one, Michelangelo and Raphael. So Michelangelo, he was also painter, sculptor and also the architect. Famous work of Michelangelo, David and Pieta, and Raphael, he was known for Madonna and Child and also graceful artistic style. So this is all about the contribution of Michelangelo and Raphael to the part of paintings, Renaissance paintings. So next one is about sculpture, architecture and also music. So here I have made list of that sculptures, different sculptures and all different architecture work and also the musical instruments included in the time of the Renaissance. See, Lorenzo Ghiberti was a famous sculptor. So one of the most famous sculptor of Renaissance. So Renaissance architecture borrowed from the Greek and Roman style, means they has used the style of both Greek style of architecture and also Roman style of architecture. So which kind of the architecture, style of architecture utilized here, structure utilized during the Renaissance means dome structure, pillar structure and also the arches. So these three structure also used in the time of the Renaissance architecture work. So some of the new musical instrument also included during the period of Renaissance called piano, violin. So these two are called one of the new musical instrument utilized in the time of or introduced in the time of the Renaissance. I hope what I am explaining you are catching that easily, because I am explaining it in very simple language, so it will beneficial for your examination. Prepare well and also do key points while I am explaining. So note down the highlight and important words in your notebook. So move for next slide. So next I mentioned about Renaissance literature. So literature means most commonly writings of some of the most important poets, authors and all. So literature has flourished. Rich kind of the literature has developed in the time of the Renaissance. Very good example, Dante, he wrote Divine Comedy. Petrarch popularized for the sonnets, and Machiavelli, he influenced the political thoughts, and Erasmus criticized the church corruption, and also Shakespeare produced the famous plays. So here I list out the famous authors and their works: Dante's Divine Comedy and Petrarch's Sonnets, Shakespeare's lot of different plays and all, and Erasmus especially. See, in the time of medieval period, church authorities were totally corrupted. They were dominating over the common people. That's why Erasmus has criticized the church corruptions. He started to reveal that all the corruption activities of the church on that time. That's why this is all called as one of the rich literature work during the Renaissance. So next, science and technology. Even science, how that literature work, art, architecture, music, these all developed during the Renaissance. Like the same, science and technology also developed. See, scientific studies expanded rapidly, means they has given preference for the scientific knowledge and scientific studies on that time. Observation, experimentation become important methods of learning. So rather than other than learning theories, they has given preference for the observation and the practical knowledge. So that is contributed to lot of different modern innovations, development in the technologies. So few examples I mentioned here. First one is Copernicus, contribution of Copernicus, innovations of Galileo and also Harvey. See, Copernicus proposed the heliocentric theory. Galileo supported the scientific observation and improved the telescope, and William Harvey explained the blood circulation. So blood circulation means from heart to some other different vessels of that, and different vessels to again repumping to the heart. So these kind of the theories also explained by the William Harvey. Totally scientific approach has developed during the Renaissance. Copernicus, heliocentric; Galileo, scientific observation and telescope. He found that he innovated that telescope on that time. Even William Harvey, scientific concepts, scientific achievements and all. Next one, voyages of discovery. So voyages of discovery means nothing. Sea route, trade routes. So finding of the new different trade routes and all. See, in the time of Renaissance, exchanging of tradition, culture, knowledge, and also they started to have the trading activities with some other different countries also. So trade routes were disrupted after the capture of Constantinople. See, when that Constantinople was captured by Turks, correct? So they closed some of the trade routes and all, especially important trade routes. So based on that blockage of the important trade routes, Europeans struggled a lot to have the trading relationship with some other different countries. That's why Europeans started to find the new sea routes by using the compass and navigation techniques. See, when that the Turks blocks that Constantinople, capture the Constantinople and block that all the different trading routes and all, it has motivated to find the new sea routes. So it has become one of the plus point or positive points to the voyages of discovery. They started to discover the new different sea routes, and they had one of the perfect trading routes and trading activities on that time. So trading activities also developed during the Renaissance. So major explorers. So major exploring activities also well developed during the Renaissance on that time. So Bartholomew Dias, he reached the Cape of Good Hope first. Vasco da Gama, he reached the Calicut. Christopher Columbus, he reached the America. Ferdinand Magellan, expeditions circumnavigated the globe. So these all are one of the major explorers, means they explore something new. Cape of Good Hope, America. Christopher Columbus discovered the America. Vasco da Gama, first time he reached the Calicut by using the sea route. Even the Magellan. So these all were one of the important name of the explorer. Very important for your examination also. Okay, don't neglect these all topics. So next one, last topic of this lesson, impact of the Renaissance. See, growth of self-confidence, scientific advancement, geographical exploration, religious reforms, critical thinking and expansion of trade. See, what about the result of Renaissance, correct? So some of the positive impact we can observe during the Renaissance because of the Renaissance, and also which kind of the positive impact or positive effect on the society on that time by the Renaissance here. So self-confidence has the people improved, correct? Before that, before the concept of Renaissance, they were completely depending on the church authorities and all. They didn't question anything to the church authorities. Simply and blindly they were following the church authorities, what they are passing, order, rules, regulation, everything were passing by the common people on that time. So here now self-confidence has increased. They started to question the authorities. Next one, scientific advancement, lot of different innovations. It has made way to different new innovations and all. Next one, geographical exploration. They started to discover the sea routes. They started to discover a lot of different sea routes to different countries and all. So these we are calling it as the geographical exploration. Even they discovered a lot of different landforms and all, different continents, different countries, different landforms as explored by the different explorers on that time. Even some kind of the religious reforms, they started to leave the concept of blind belief. They started to leave they lost the belief of the church authorities and all. They started to read the Bible, because the Bible has translated to many different languages and all. By the help of the printing press, they started to print a lot of different copies of Bible, and they started to distribute it for the common people also. So this caused the religious reforms also, even critical thinking, questioning. So this concept also rise during the Renaissance. So expansion of trade, because of the exploration of new sea routes, new trade routes and all. So trading activities also developed on that time. So these all are one of the positive impact of Renaissance. So I hope till here, what about the main features of Renaissance, and what about that different aspects of Renaissance, and also impact of Renaissance. So these three topics I explained in simple language. I hope you are understanding these all topics very clearly. And another one of the thing, if you want these all topics in Kannada language, means comment for me. I will explain it in both language, even in Kannada and also in English. So those who are required these all the topics in Kannada, please comment me. I will read the comment, and in next video I'm going to use both the language Kannada and also English. So please subscribe my channel, share, like, comment for next videos. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching.